Okay, I'm back. For at least a little while.
I just had an enlightening conversation with the sheriff of Russell County, Kansas. He told me about the drug bust that killed Aaron's dad. Apparently, they found 3 pounds of meth in the house.
That's a relevant fact. Wonder if it's in the Bowers case file.
You really think Mom's the killer?
I hope my hunch is wrong, but yeah, I do.
You better hope your hunch is right. Montrose has himself a big megaphone, and he's been making a lot of noise about how you roughed up his client. What's your plan? Subpoena the boys' files?
Maybe. But first, I think we need to pay Mrs. Bauer a visit. Can we get a search warrant, just in case?
The press is still giving us grief over the way we fumbled the preppy jogger case. They're gonna crucify us if you break into this apartment and come up empty. I hope you know what you're doing.
NYPD, open up! Mrs. Bauer, if you don't let us in, we're gonna have to force the door. Oh, man. What a wreck.
If we're lucky, she won't come back and make a scene.
I wouldn't worry about that.
Oh, hell. Dead?
Very.
I'll call dispatch. Yeah, this is Briscoe. We're on the scene at the Bauer residence, and we're gonna need an ME. Looks like a 10109. Yeah, right.
Lights don't work.
No heat either. I'm guessing the electricity's been cut off.
I wonder how long. Wasn't Good Shepherd supposed to take care of this kind of thing?
We've got 2 victims now. Let's get a better picture of how they died, and how they lived.
Yeah, I get to do more ass-bad stuff. Okay, so I need evidence of drug use. Oh, yeah, that was gonna be hard. Jenna's cause of death. Oh, so you're suggesting it was pills and alcohol or something? Source of income and Aaron's cause of death. Okay.
Meth pipe. Looks like Mom had a bad habit.
Guess we know who Aaron was bringing the candy for.
And knowing meth addicts, I can imagine she wasn't too compassionate when he came home without it.
I would have never guessed that she was on drugs. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, right there.
Vodka bottle's empty.
And so's a bottle of Xanax. I think we found our cause of death.
I think she couldn't handle the death of her son. Okay, what were the other ones? Source of income and Aaron's cause of death. Let's go this way. Oh, yeah, this looks absolutely appealing. Okay then. Source of income and Aaron's cause of death. Oh, look it. Oh, what is this?
Somebody paid Jenna Bauer $1,000 back in April. New Directions Holding Company.
I have a feeling $1,000 checks didn't show up in her mailbox all that often.
I wonder how she scored this one.
Okay, well, are you gonna pick it up? Okay, there we go. Let me see what they all have to say. Evidence of illegal substance abuse, likely cause of Jenna's death, evidence of financial transaction, and cause of death. Oh, is that blood?
Wonder how this fell over.
Mrs. Talus's Statue of Liberty clock.
But
Damn it, Lenny. Look, right there.
Blood.
I can guess whose. The poor kid comes home with this crap, and she beats him with it.
Oh.
Satisfied?
Yeah, I think our killer's gonna miss her date in court.
You think she overdosed on purpose? Out of guilt?
Maybe. She's a junkie, Ray. Don't hurt yourself trying to figure it out. Well, what do you know?
M.E.?
It's the caseworker from Good Shepherd. And she's knocking on the wrong door. Oh, hey, miss, the party's down here.
Detective Briscoe? What are you doing? Oh my god! It's Mrs. Bauer!
I'm afraid so.
Tell me, did the place look like this on Christmas Day?
Well, how should I know?
Isn't that the date of your last visit?
My last visit? I wasn't here on Christmas. Oh. I'd better call the office about this. Dr. Montrose? Yeah, I'm at the apartment. There's something you should know.
Okay, I am back. I had to replay that little search again because my mom came home and I stopped playing for a few hours, but I am back and we can continue now.
The Bauer case. Isn't it time we close the file on that one?
I'd love to, believe me, but justice hasn't been done.
Poetic justice, maybe. Nobody comes away from this one looking good, including us.
What Detective Curtis is saying is, we think you've got a case against the Good Shepherd Agency.
Against Stefan Montrose, you mean? The champion of the downtrodden?
Are you saying he's the killer?
No, but his agency failed to prevent the deaths. We feel he's responsible.
Oh, great.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Tell me why we should go after Montrose.
I don't know why. As soon as I started recording, and actually using this, because I tried recording like 5 minutes ago. Sorry about my voice. I tried recording 5 minutes ago, not even. And I had realized I had to redo the search. And I was okay then, but now it's just like my eyes are like, hey, you should close your eyes. Go to sleep now.
Montrose impeded our investigation.
He was actively uncooperative?
He refused to turn over Aaron Bauer's case files.
That's clearly over the line.
Sure, but the city chose not to pursue a subpoena at the time. And now it's beside the point.
I found a red herring. Put
Aaron's
Aaron in
mom could
danger.
never have beat him to death if it weren't for Montrose.
He put the weapon in her hands?
Montrose pulled the kid out of City Youth Home and got him back with his mom.
And family court signed off on it.
True. The whole system's partly to blame for that bad decision.
Is it just me, or does he look like insanely skinny and just does not look right?
Law
Failed to
says the
monitor
child
his
welfare
situation.
agency's got to check in with clients regularly.
And Good Shepherd didn't?
Do you have reason to believe Good Shepherd failed to supervise the whatever their names is? What reason? Montrose claimed the caseworker made a Christmas visit, but she seems to have no memory of it. Montrose had no idea where the Bowers lived. Mrs. Bauer remarked that she hadn't met the caseworker till now. Letter of complaint to Child Protective Services discovered in the Bowers apartment.
Apparently not.
She drew a blank when we asked about her last visit.
And Montrose himself basically admitted that he ignores state procedure.
Are we going to stand by and let our social service agencies go
Look at
rogue?
he just doesn't.
Jack, we don't have a case against him.
Not yet.
His body
Let's see
just
what's
looks
in
so
those
weird.
case files.
Oh, because I had so much to do here. But 33, not bad.
Here's the last record in the file.
What about the sensitive material from several years ago Montrose told us about?
Mysteriously missing.
Christmas Day, huh? That is one dedicated caseworker.
Could the caseworker have visited Jenna and Aaron Bauer at their apartment on Christmas afternoon? I'm gonna say no. Because didn't he have some pay stub thing? Jenna was still asleep at the time. Aaron was atop of the World Trade Center at that time. Aaron was already dead at that time. The Bauer spent Christmas in Russell County, Kansas.
That's one lying caseworker. We got a ticket says Aaron Bauer was at the top of the World Trade Center at 2 that afternoon.
This report's a complete fabrication, no question. But who do we indict? Simplest thing would be to go after the caseworker, but
Montrose says he prefers to be the point of contact with the city.
then let's give him what he wants.
Oh, wow, this one was really short.
Throughout his career, Stefan Montrose has continually shone a light on the system's indifference to its most vulnerable citizens. Tuesday afternoon, the system struck back.
We know what the columns are saying, Miss Jameson. We intend to prove that Dr. Montrose is guilty as charged.
Manslaughter with gross negligence?
in addition to 1 count of falsification of records with intent to deceive.
I'm afraid you won't get the chance to present those records in court. I'm filing a motion to suppress. Paperwork went through the day before the subpoena was served. Good Shepherd is no longer run by the Archdiocese of New York. It's now an entirely private agency, administered through Dr. Montrose's holding company, New Directions.
So you propose to throw out the evidence because we put the wrong address on the subpoena? Of all the underhanded ploys.
The argument is technically correct. Improper service of a subpoena invalidates admissibility. The court finds for the motion.
What the fuck?
Fine. We'll proceed without it.
What bullshit? Your fucking technicalities can stuff
Dr.
it.
Montrose, we've heard in graphic detail about the final days of Aaron Bauer. It's natural to feel pity and perhaps even outrage over the manner in which he died. So tell the court, are you in fact guilty of gross negligence?
No, I am not.
You're a lying sack of shit.
Neglect is built into our current welfare system. The client is a mere asset to be kept or traded as it benefits the agency.
You're reading to me from my own book, The Empty High Chair, published last spring. My agency is different.
Indeed, Good Shepherd is distinguished for treating its clients with dignity, as individuals with needs. Isn't that right?
Would you like to object?
Objection!
Yes. Can I say leading?
Defense is giving a speech for her client.
Sustained. Let's concentrate on the facts of this case, shall we?
Were you personally involved in the case of Aaron Bauer?
I involved myself personally in every one of my cases, and this was especially true with respect to Aaron.
How so?
When the Bauers first came to my attention, Aaron had been taken into state custody and shut away inside City Youth Home. I know that institution well. I spent my own formative years there. Nobody deserves to go to City Youth Home. Nobody.
And yet, despite your personal involvement in this case, Aaron Bauer was killed. How do you explain this?
One word: drugs. First it was the crack epidemic. Now, just as that's beginning to subside, an even worse plague is sweeping through New York. It's a plague that destroys mostly those on the margins. So it's easy for the rest of us to ignore.
Do you have some ideas for addressing this problem?
Do I want to object? They didn't even brief me on what to know. It's not leading. It's not badgering. Do you have some idea for addressing this problem? I don't think it's asked and answered. No?
Oh, I have many ideas on the subject. They can all be found in my book, The Empty High Chair.
Jenna Bauer lapsed back into addiction, unbeknownst to you, although your caseworker visited her as recently as Christmas Day.
I'm afraid that's correct. In spite of our vigilance, in spite of intensive therapy, the siren call of crystal meth proved too much for her. And once she began using again, she quickly became a danger to her son.
How did she manage to pull the wool over your eyes?
It's one of the most insidious aspects of the syndrome. I've seen it many times. The addict puts up a false front of normalcy.
Oh,
a front
frames.
that can fool even a trained observer.
Frames.
Objection.
Yes. What was it? How does she manage to pull the wool over her eyes? It's one of those insidious aspects of the syndrome. I've seen it many times. The addict puts up a false front of normalcy, a front that can fool even a trained observer. Oh god, frames, why? There's no reason that you should be doing this. No expert standing, immaterial, badgering, not badgering. I can withdraw. I'm thinking of withdrawings down there. I should probably do that, but it's one of the most insidious aspects of the syndrome. I've seen it many times. I don't know. I don't know if it's no expert knowledge. Not badgering.
No expert standing.
Your Honor, Dr. Montrose is director of a licensed welfare agency. He holds a PhD in social work from Cornell. He is eminently qualified to comment on the behavior of addicts.
Agreed.
Alright.
Objection overruled.
One last question.
I'm doing
Has
horrible.
this tragedy caused you to re-examine
Fucking
your
court
practice?
sucks. I hate this
Naturally,
part.
we're thoroughly reviewing our procedures. We exist to serve our clients. The death of one impoverishes us all.
Of course. Thank you, Dr. Montrose. Your witness, Mr. McCoy.
Bullshit. Bullshit. I hate it. Yeah, they're leaning towards the defense, and I hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it. Hate it.